Facebook.
Okay, I'm good.
I'm not really a whole technology person.
You're live now on me.
My mom is in her attic. I think you're making the LDI. You find some kind of use.
Oh, fun. That is awesome.
Never been open in a dog's, attic heat, but
That looks like something from my childhood.
Looks fun.
Yeah, I had one like that.
I love it. I can't
I know that might sound weird, but I heard weirder.
sorry.
You know what? Sadly enough, so have I. Let me take a picture of it.
I'm listening to that. That was so long.
Okay, whenever you...
Well, we've got some people coming in. Let's let them come in. Sit down.
Do you want me to stop this then?
I love it when I can find a good foil that I like to, you know what I mean?
I'm going to leave you live.
Can you actually see them?
Yeah.
No, this is delicious.
Okay.
All I have to do is hit start, so you let me know when you're ready.
Pause.
Yeah, I'm on pause.
We're live. We'll make this happen.
I can pause it.
It's YouTube. How many people are watching YouTube? I feel like everybody watches it on Facebook.
This is just a video. One day, my daughter will be like,
I was on
You know that will
YouTube.
happen. Alright. We're just gonna let these last little.
So we have people here for the field trips, right?
And teacher appreciation.
it's not one that really needs. We're fine. We're good. Yeah.
Here you go. Before I forget. Before I forget. The flyers to remind people that the Sarah state has changed. Okay, should I pause this now?
We're gonna get.
I don't know what time it is.
I keep looking.
7:02.
Okay, we're gonna go ahead and get started, everybody.
You're live.
So I am live. Fantastic. All right. Well, thank you everybody for coming. This is our second to last PTG meeting for the 2018-19 school year. So we are super excited to kind of finish everything off and kind of keep everything going here. We are going to get started by talking with Miss Rosenwald. She's over here. She's super excited. Let's get her up. Where's her clapping? There's her clapping.
Hi, thank you guys so much for coming tonight and for joining us virtually. Just want to give a push for the color that is going to be coming up. We're going to do our assembly this Friday. So if any of you would like to get colored blasted on you, let us know. We'll be looking for volunteers. Mr. Hebert and myself will be going up, hopefully with some teachers as well. It's a lot of fun. We did not do the assembly last year, but in my previous district we had done it, and it's just a great way for the kids to get excited about the event, to see what it's about, and hopefully to be able to participate. So, looking forward to that. Thanks.
Oh, all right. Thank you. So we are looking forward. A lot of our kiddos are all going to learn about this color run come on Friday. So look for them to come home. We are excited about it. You're going to hear a little bit more. It is our last fundraising event of the year. So it really helps us set up our fun day and really get a good jump start on next year, which is coming up faster than you can imagine. So next year, all the planning for next year is actually going to get started pretty much June, July. So we want to make sure we have funds in there so we can get great assemblies and the whole 9 yards starting into the next year. So a couple things that we want to jump into. It is April, so in April, we elect our 2019-2020 board members. So if you remember, and I'm going to mess up the names because I don't have them in front of me, and I apologize. We are writing them down, so I'm going to just talk to you all a little bit since we are live on Facebook. And get the names written down. I got first names, not last names, and now I have got them. All right. So if we are going to just take a vote. Anybody in the room? We're just gonna raise our hand if we're good with it, okay? If you're not, keep your hand down, but basically we are voting in our board member for the 2019-2020 year. So nominated for president was Lisa Swallen. All in favor of Lisa Swallen for president? Ayes. No nays. Congratulations, Lisa Swallen. You will take over for president next year. Coming in next, we have our VP. We have one nomination for VP, and that was Kelly Neely. All in favor of Kelly Neely? We got all hands up. Fantastic. Good job, Kelly. Welcome to the VP position for next year. Specialist, nope, secretary. I apologize for my reading.
My handwriting.
Maslenka.
Maslanka? Did I get it?
Yeah.
Maslenka. You know who you are. Is everybody in favor of her for secretary? Aye. The ayes have it. We have got a new secretary for the 2019-20 year.
No,
Good
there's
job,
three on
kid.
here.
Woo! All right, we got treasurers. We got it in, we got it out. We have a Lynn Fantry and Nora Morris for treasurer for the 2019-20 year. All in favor? Ladies and gentlemen, we have officially voted in your 2019-20 board member for next year. So let me just read that to you one more time. It was Lisa Swallen for president, Kelly Neely for VP, Alicia Maslanka for secretary, Lynn Fandry and Nora Morris for treasurer. So one was in and one was out. So we now have a new board member. Very excited. You will start seeing some things come from them. Look around the June, July, because everything will start transferring over and then they will jump right into it. Fantastic. All right, guys, moving on. No Hassle Fundraising. We are going to have one more fundraiser for No Hassle Fundraising. It is going to be a box top celebration. Everybody, pay attention to your Cheerios. It's on a lot of weird things now. Your drinking water, if you buy the small water bottles. All brand. I think it's on All Brand, right? So take a look through. They have recently changed what the box tops are on. So be on the lookout for new box tops. We are going to have one more fundraiser. The last one, Miss Couch's team, dear goodness. Miss Couch, she's in 352, had the most for the school. They're having a cupcake party. They're very excited about cupcakes. They waited on it. They wanted it for next week. So they're going to be having a cupcake party next week. So that's what those kids earned for the last one that we have coming in the spring. So we're going to have one more to kind of kick off for the summer, and then look for something to come in so you'll have a nice little competition as we go into the fall. But just keep clipping those. Look for them, right? They did switch it up, so look on things that you're not used to, right? Parchment paper. I think it's on parchment paper. So.
Oh, I seen it on cases of the Nestle water today.
Water, right? Some of the oddities, I think I want to say Auntie Anne's, that could be the pretzel, Auntie somebody's, organic stuff. They make cheese, macaroni and cheese and crackers and things. I think it's on her stuff too. So just be on the lookout. It did change up, so look for those. Sarah's Candy, if you ordered Sarah's Candy, you should have gotten the notice. We did have to push back the pickup date. It is now April 12th from 4 to 8 in the LGI. Let's go with that.
Yes.
LGI, okay. LGI on April 12th. So if you have got candy, it is a Friday. Is that a Friday?
Yes,
Friday? April 12th is a Friday. Don't forget your candy because you'll be set over the weekend. Candy makes you happy, and that is on the 12th, so look for that. Earth Day. Lisa Frank, Teresa Levely. I think I saw you over here. Would you like to say anything? What are we planning for Earth Day? Are you guys excited?
Volunteers, so I don't know if you can do a sign-up changes.
So, tell them over here, volunteers. Earth Day, they're over there.
Do we have a classroom schedule?
Not yet.
So that's what once we have a classroom schedule, I can put the sign up. Two, one for first grade, one for second.
So the people that can come in, should be looking at a 1 to 2 hour slot, you know. So
I think we'd.
it's doable for those of us watching or here that haven't really been able to come in much. It's a good small window.
Yep. And what are we collecting for that?
Yarn, beads, pop can tops. Yeah, bottle caps.
Fun color bottle caps. Anything you guys can find.
Old paper, kid-friendly magazines. May I put?
Magazines that you like to put pictures of?
Can I say kid friendly a second time because last year they were not all kid friendly.
Kid friendly.
Note to self,
Check the
Cosmo
picture.
is not kid friendly.
Good. No Cosmo. let's keep it kids, right? Highlights, that's a great one. If you have a bunch of highlights, National Geographic, those are some good things, sentiment. So Earth Day, we are still collecting. Your teacher may send something home that they're collecting. That's probably what it's for. We're going to make sure these guys have some fun with that. Moving to second grade concerts the 15th through the 16th. First grade, nope, not first grade. Kindergarten's coming out, what, next week? Not today, right? So it's next week. Kindergarten's next week. They'll be
The
singing.
10th and 11th.
Yep, 10th, 11th, and then second grade's coming up in May. So look for that if you haven't seen concert yet. Those will be coming. Ms. Rosenwald already touched on the color course again. We will have a fantastic kickoff coming on Friday. So kids are good, excited about it, and then they'll be coming in.
Do you
will
guys
have a
remember
packet.
seeing those super cool pictures that they posted online? That was so much fun. Besides the pictures, right? I mean, we had food truck. We have food truck. We have taco truck, which is like hey parents, we got tacos and got some tacos and was it Cola, right? Cola maker truck thing. Yeah. So even if you're not running or your kids running, it's nice to see the kids with their little friends outside of school doing something like that.
Yeah. And it's right here. Come have fun, right? It's fun to watch.
Because it will be colored.
Power will be colored. It's fair, right? We parked against stuff. Exciting things coming up. We are starting field trips. They're coming up right after Easter holiday. First grade, they are heading out there first. It is on Take Your Kid to Work Day. Ask your kids, do they want to go to work with you? Do they want to go to the Children's Museum? Let them make the choice, right? So lots of fun, but it is going to be on the 26th, so we are going out to the 25th. We are going to the Children's Museum that day for our first graders. So everybody goes together. It's an all-day event. They're at the museum from about 10 o'clock to 2 o'clock, so it's a whole lot of fun. They do get to see all of the different exhibits that are there, so if you're curious as to what's going on at the Children's Museum, pretty much CV will take over the Children's Museum that day. I would not suggest taking your child randomly to go and visit, right? We will literally take it over. Yep.
If you're scheduled to go on a field trip, it's always suggested that the Children's Museum, they have, places to buy and whatnot, but kindergarten, first grade, second grade, if you're going, pack your lunch, prepare your own brown bag lunch. Also, if you're going to Meadowcroft, you have to think about where we're going. So if you're going to Meadowcroft, you're going to want to dress for the weather. It could be cold, it could be rainy. Luckily, the aviary and the museum, they're indoors. But, you're going to be tracking along kids, a backpack for your stuff. Just little things like that are helpful.
I was say, just to reiterate what Lindsay is saying is we're asking the volunteers to patch, because we ran into that last year where you're supposed to be chaperoning the children, but then you're leaving the children to go and buy a lunch. So pack your own lunch.
A form came home that you could buy at the school too.
You could.
It's an option through the school. It's
a
the same
school
thing
lunch.
It's a school lunch, which is fine. Trust me, I love turkey and cheese more than the next person.
Yeah.
But it's a school turkey.
Get a milk?
And a milk. So there's that. Also, I know many of us know this, but for the people that don't know this, you are not allowed to bring any other children with you on the field trip. This is also an all-day event, so you will be coming to school with your child in the morning. You will be checking in, and you will be with them all day long. Same procedures if you are choosing to take your child home with you after. If you don't need that last half an hour to recoup, because you will. So maybe send them home on the bus, that's fine. But if not, make sure you send a note in as well. All of the information that I'm saying now, I will be emailing all of the volunteers, guidelines, rules. The same policies that we have in school apply out of school, especially, you're representing Chartiers Valley. No posting media of anyone's children unless it's your own child. To the other people that are there too. So all of this again, I'll be reiterating again, but general premise. Teacher Appreciation Week, that's next one, that's me too. I'll keep going. So, Teacher Appreciation Week, something new we implemented last year, which we're implementing continuously through this year, because it was a great success, was in addition to collecting money and whatnot for our teachers, we started a specials fund, which goes to collect items for the people who interact with our children daily but aren't their homeroom teacher. So their art teacher, their monitors, the lunch people, our specials, our gym teachers. These are people that are interacting with our children on the same level as our teachers. So everyone will be getting a paper sent home. I'll be sending home packets to the teacher appreciation leads, and look for that information to come home to you. I was trying to get the packets out the week of the 8th, which is next week, so look for that information to come the following week. It was a great success last year. I mean, they were floored and very thankful for being recognized, so thank you to everybody who had a part in that last year and this year.
Any questions about field trips or teacher appreciation?
No, so they can take the bus here, but I believe the buses leave at 9:50. So we have to get everybody in here with their badges and checked on. So a good rule of thumb is like 8:45, 9 o'clock at the latest, because there will also come a time where the children who purchase their lunches from the school, you're going to be taking them to the rooms, putting everyone's lunches together, making sure everyone has a lunch.
Right,
that
because
type of thing.
if there's a child that didn't buy a lunch but didn't pack, like we need to make one really quickly for
Right.
them.
So there's just some things in there, but like 8:45 would be fine.
Kindergarten's a little bit later. Kindergarten's leaving 10 o'clock. So if you're
They're a little
okay,
later.
so kindergarten,
I think we
you're
said
not leaving
9:30.
until closer to 10.
Yeah, I think I had written down that we were going to have the volunteers to come at 9:30.
Yeah. So about 9:30. So you should be good with that piece. So kindergarten is a little bit later, just because their field trip, their time is a little bit shorter. So it doesn't take as long to get downtown.
Can we bring our kindergartner to school? Can I just hang out from 9 until 9:30, or do I need to go
Yeah.
home and come?
I'm sure that's fine.
We just held everybody in the LGI room last year.
Keep them in the LGI, and I mean, that'll give you a head start, and maybe you can help us with lunches. Like,
Right.
there's always stuff to do.
Oh yeah, there's plenty.
Sure, I
There's
mean,
always
excuse me,
Yeah.
I just don't want to drive back up to the car.
Yep, I gotcha.
We'll put you to work.
Right? Volunteer, right? And that's it, right? Kindergarten, you are a little bit later. Everybody else, plan to be here by 9 o'clock, be headed to the classrooms. Because that 15 minutes is gonna go real fast by the time we wanna be on buses and leaving. Second graders, we need you gone at 9:15. So we are getting you off the bus and we're immediately pretty much turning around to get you there so that you have your full time at Meadowcroft, right? It's about a 45-minute drive to get there. They've got a really great program that they do, but it is a full 45 minutes to get there, and we want that program to start by 10 o'clock so you're not missing anything.
And I'll be here. I'm gonna stay after the meeting, so if any of you are teacher appreciation or have field trip questions, just
Yep, it's what we're here for.
So I have written that we would, like, for leave time, Jane and I have, that we were going to have parents for kindergarten arrive at 8:45, first grade 8:30, and wait, these are backwards. Kindergarten is 9:30. Sorry, I have them
Yes.
backwards. I'm reading them backwards.
Yes, I'm like, nope, we're gonna be gone. Yeah.
Yeah. So kindergarten's 9:30.
Yep. And everybody else. Yeah.
I
everyone
have
else-
second grade at 8:30 because
Second
they
grade,
need to be
if you
out of
fall.
here. The bus needs to pull out by 9:15.
And second grade, those teachers, they're awesome. They will have you in line and down
What's
to the
that?
buses. This is not their first rodeo, right? Those kids, they know, they're excited. This is their third field trip they're going on. They know to get in line and kind of get going. So second grade, we are going to be here a little bit earlier because we need
Need
to
to
be
be
gone.
out.
Yep. Make sense? And it will come home. If you are a volunteer, you will get that in writing. It will come home, yes, an email. Some of those field trips aren't until the end of May, so you will get that information coming back to you. Our last thing that we've got going on is Fun Day. So we keep bringing up Fun Day, but what is Fun Day? We need a ton of volunteers for Fun Day, okay? Some of you are escorts. That means you are with your classroom. You are going to be an extension of the teacher, almost like a field trip. You are an extension of the teacher and will be traveling with your child calendar with your classroom all day. That is another time where you can buy a lunch. I would bring a lunch. I brought a lunch. It's so much easier to be able to eat lunch because it's a lot, right? Everybody's eating lunch at the same time. And if you haven't ever seen, 400 kids eating lunch at the same time, you will. You don't have time. You've got like 15 minutes. I hope you enjoyed that. You have got enough time to open your stuff up and you're going again. So bring your lunch. Protein bars are great, gives you good energy, right? And then you're gonna keep going. If you can volunteer, we will take anybody for an hour, for a half a day, for all day. As you see, we're gonna start putting up the schedule. The kids literally are moving every half an hour to hour. They're constantly switching activities. Go ahead.
If you sign up for multiple slots, which is totally fine, we have parents that do that, but we did have circumstances last year where people signed up for multiples and they were like, because she wanted to be here all day or he wanted to be here all day, but they were overlapping and we had to change that. So, I mean, I get that you want to be here all day, but also keep in mind that, there's other parents that are trying to come and see their kids as well. So try and, one, definitely, two, sure, but, if we need more, we'll definitely reach out to everyone and feel free to jump on that. But let's try and make sure everyone gets a chance to come in if they want to.
The idea behind that, just so I can reiterate this, the idea behind that is you are going to have the schedule when your child is moving from point A to point B. You cannot leave your post until somebody else is replacing you though. It is really important to reiterate that. It does happen on occasion, somebody can't come, we have to wait for a floater to come in for you. So we're putting out that expectation, right? You might have, maybe you're at the inflatables all day, right? You're watching your kids for a couple of hours and they're all coming inflatables. Your child might come while you're there, fantastic. But they're gonna keep going, right? And that might still be in your time slot, so you're still staying, you're not moving with them. If you are staying and if you are eating lunch with your child, which that is typically an option, we do have to know because we've got to get a floater in there for you, right? So this is a little bit about what Lindsay's talking about. When you're getting excited and you want to volunteer, these are those times to think about, if I'm going to volunteer, I don't want to volunteer between 12 and 1 if I'm planning on eating lunch at that time, right? Because then we're going to need you to be in that spot and not eating lunch. So things that are just kind of coming up, we have a lot of exciting things. We've got pogo sticker people that are jumping up on pogo sticks, extreme pogos. We've got some fun games outside. We've got big carnival games going on. We've got inflatables happening. We've got some crafts happening. We've got big blow parties, which are always a lot of fun to be a part of. So there's a ton of stuff that's going to be happening that day. So just kind of take a look at it, watch the website, take a look at Facebook. We'll send it out on Tuesday mail so you'll have a chance to sign up. But everything goes live at the same time. So if you're not checking your social media, if you're not sure, we'll typically tell you the date. Make sure you're jumping on there to get the sign-ups if you know when your kids are going and have a chance to go from there. Any questions about Fun Day as of right now? Feeling good? So it's a lot of excitement. It's a lot of fun. It's a fun day, right? But there's a lot of work that's going to go into it. So we want to make sure that everybody's on board and everybody knows there's a lot of moving parts for it. And your kids are going to have a blast, so it's fantastic. They'll go home and take a nap. Great. So that's a little bit about Fun Day. So anything else that we haven't covered that anyone has any questions on? I've turned my agenda over 4 times now. I'm not sure what's happening.
Because I didn't do double-sided.
Right?
It's the end of the year. It's a one
I'm
side.
used to it being double-sided, and it's not. It's a single side, so I keep doing that. Everybody feeling pretty good? Spirit wear. Let me talk one thing about spirit wear. We delivered it today. If you ordered spirit wear, it is in your child's classroom tonight, which means it should come home tomorrow. If you don't have it home by Friday when they come home, email us, psptg@cvsd.net. Emails on Friday. I say Friday because let's face it, it doesn't always happen the day that we put it there, right? Give it a day, email the teacher, it should be there. It was all delivered to the classroom. So all of your spirit wear that you have ordered, it's coming home. Make sure the book bag is empty enough. We'll send an extra bag tomorrow. I think we should be good.
Thank you.
Good?
Can you thank Gina?
Thank you. Oh, Gina Jason actually put all that together. So I apologize. It's not on my list. So thank you, Gina. You were not here today, but thank you. She actually handled all the spirit wear this year. She should be running it for the 2019-20 year. Have fun with that, right? Let's go. You.
The IS fundraiser is still going.
Yes,
If you want,
IS has a fundraiser.
anything you did now won't come to the primary school, it'll go to the intermediate school.
So if you want spirit wear, you haven't gotten it, feel free to email us. We will get you in touch with the IS. Again, psptg@cvsd.net. The IS is having a fundraiser with Spiritware right now as well, so you can potentially catch on to that if you haven't gotten anything. Feel good? All right, guys, and thank everybody for tuning in, right? Because we are virtual, and then everybody that's here, we are going to do some breakouts, talk a little bit more about teacher appreciation, a little bit more about the fun day, color run,